Hi, so my name's Oliver Andrews from Edge to Edge SEO, and we specialize in helping flooring companies get visible online through digital marketing. So in this video, I just wanted to go through the online marketing process for flooring companies. So yeah, basically you can take your flooring company to the next level, generate more leads and inquiries and keep it growing really. So I'll get straight into this video and just go over this really quickly. So the digital dominance method is the first thing that I really wanted to touch on. So as you can see here, this is basically just showing you a rough order in how you can go about marketing your flooring company. And obviously the starting point would be number one here. And the reason we recommend SEO as the starting point is because it's basically like the foundation of your digital marketing. So once you've optimized your website and you've got everything up to scratch, you can see strong copy and conversions, on-page optimization, link build, citation building, blogging, reputation management. This is going to help when it comes to all of the other steps here. This is going to get your website ready for any other kind of marketing that you do in the future. So for example, PPC, once you've done your initial SEO optimization, you're then going to have landing pages and good content in place to then start running ads to. And again, same with retargeting, and then you've got paid online directories. Most of this stuff here all points back to your website, so that's really the first place that you want to start and the first place that you want to make sure is up to scratch before you start moving on to other marketing. So you can see here really quickly retargeting, then we've got online directories, and then we've got repeat and referrals, so email marketing and things like that, and getting people to follow you on your socials, and then pay per lead, so Bark and My Builder. And some people don't like them places, but again, they are places to get your brand out there and ensure that you're getting all the leads that you can get. And then social media advertising, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all of the places that your customers hang out. And then you can see here referral programs, so gift cards and rewards programs. So yeah, that's really just to give you a rough idea as to how you can tackle digital marketing for your flooring company. So the next stage would be basically starting with your website, as I just mentioned. So the first thing that we'd look at is conversion. So we'll be looking at some, it's quite simple stuff, but a lot of this stuff is not done by a lot of websites that I visit. So for example, websites that I've worked on, so phone number in the right top hand corner, real photos, authenticity, clear call to actions on each page, an option to submit a web form, options to engage via the little chat widgets that you get, or WhatsApp, and then mobile friendly and accessible so people can get it on their tablet or their phone. And then you've got use of credibility symbols, so like we just mentioned here, Bark, My Builder, Yale, Witch, Checkatrade, Yelp, House, and then all of your socials as well. And then showcase your online reviews. So if you've got reviews that are coming through on a weekly or monthly basis, you need to be adding those to your site, or have a system that does that where it adds it automatically to your site, so you haven't got incredibly old reviews on your site. And then load speed issues, so making sure that your website's fast and people aren't waiting too long to go from page to page or even get on your site. And then the next thing that we'd look at is the on-page SEO. So we'd be looking at the keywords in the title tag. So we'll be making sure that for example, if you're targeting LVT flooring in London, then you're going to want that at the very top of the page to say you're on the right page. And then the next thing we'll be looking at is pages for each of the main services. And there's so many websites to see that just put all of their services on one page. So we want to be creating a page for every service that you offer. So whether that's wood flooring, artificial grass, carpet, LVT, they'd all want their own pages. And then pages for the surrounding cities. So for example, if you're in London, you want to target South London, then you might be creating pages for Greenwich or Bromley and places like that. So you want to be creating separate pages for each areas that you're going to target. And then unique content on the city/services page. So you can't just copy and paste the content just because you're targeting LVT flooring in Greenwich and LVT flooring in Bromley. You can't just copy and paste that content and then change out a couple of keywords. It has to be unique content on every single page, and that's how you're going to stand the best chance at ranking for those particular keywords. And then name, address, and phone number in the footer of your website, and that's going to help with local optimization. And then blogging and unique content being added to your website on a consistent basis. Google loves fresh, high quality content being added to your site on a consistent basis, and so do your visitors as well. And then the next thing we're going to be looking at is off-page SEO. So basically we're going to be looking at where your site is currently at, how many links are pointing to it at the moment, how many of those links are citations, how many of those links are actually any good, how many of those links are spam links. Every site gets spam links, but yours might have more than average or something like that. And then another thing that we'd look at is the online reviews. So how many reviews have you got at the moment? What sites are you currently using for reviews, and what sites do you need to be on? And in particular, obviously Google is going to be, or Google Maps is going to be, one of the most important if we're trying to optimize your website for local map listings. And then load speed, which I touched on a minute ago as well. So yeah, the next stage from basically the initial website, sorting out your website, would be search engine optimization. So a lot of this stuff is going to cross over with what we've just mentioned. But one point I will make is that, the way I'm going through this at the moment is not always the exact steps we'd take for every single website. It would all depend on website to website and what your competitors are doing. Whereas, sometimes we might decide that we need to start getting content on your site straight away, and other times we might decide that we need to start building backlinks before we start getting content on there to see, how Google reacts to that. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that we'd do is the keyword research. We'd find the most profitable keywords within your niche, within the flooring niche, and then we'd find the keywords that will drive the right people to your site. So, let's say you're a flooring supply company, you're not going to want to get found for flooring fitting keywords because you're going to get the wrong people. They're obviously ringing you up and wasting your time. But we want to make sure that we're prioritizing keywords. So for example, we might generate a list of 100 keywords, and we're going to want to prioritize those and make sure that we're only targeting the most important ones first. And then as the campaign goes on, we can start targeting those less important ones further down the line. And then another thing that we're also going to want to do is make sure that we're targeting winnable keywords. So for example, some keywords are more competitive than others. So, I wouldn't say don't target those keywords, but we also want to target keywords that we can get quick wins from and start getting some quality leads through your site as soon as possible, at the same time as targeting those more competitive ones as well, because in the long term, the more competitive ones are generally going to be more profitable, and they're the ones that are going to make you more money. But in the beginning, we just want some more winnable keywords that we're going to start getting traction with as soon as possible. Then the next thing would be competitor research. So who are your main competitors? Who are ranking at the top of the search results right now, and how are they ranking? What we'd do here is we'd reverse engineer the strategy. So we'd look at why are they ranking, how did they get there, and what kind of time scale did they get there. So for example, there might be one website that's taken years to get there, 5 years or so to get there, and then there's another website that's ranked for many good quality keywords and is getting a lot of traffic within a short period of time. So we'd want to understand why one has taken so long to rank and the other one hasn't. And sometimes it's not always apparent, but this can tell us a lot by reverse engineering their strategy. From that, we'd then understand what are the most important ranking factors that we need to focus on. It could be creating more content straight away, or it could be building backlinks or something like that, or focusing on reviews if it's the map packs that we're looking at. And then competitor research is not copying what competitors are doing. It's basically understanding what they're doing and then creating a better strategy that's going to outrank them. So next part of search engine optimization would be local optimization. So again, if you're going to want to come up in the map pack, which most local flooring companies are going to want to do, then you need to optimize your Google My Business and make sure it's up to date and has all the correct information. We also need to understand what directories you need to be on within the areas that you serve in. And if you've got any existing directories out there, is all of this information, is it correct, and does it match up with your Google My Business profile? And then on-page SEO. So I won't go through this anymore because we just mentioned it within the first section about sorting out your website. But the things that we'd be looking at would be analyzing your website, and we'd be looking for on-page elements that need to be optimized in order to rank. And again, technical SEO is a big part of that. So ensuring that your website is technically sound and it's not causing any kind of usability issues. And then again, same with off-page SEO. So I mentioned that earlier. But really the main thing that we'll be doing here in off-page SEO is building links from somebody else's website that points back to yours. And the kind of websites we'll be getting links off would be anything that is related to the flooring industry. So it could be a construction blogger or something like that. But basically, with every single link that we get from a good quality website with authority within your niche or related niches, it's going to pass that authority to us if they're linking to our website. So you do this every single month consistently. We might aim for 5 links a month or something like that. Over a long period of time, this is all going to add up, and it's going to build the authority of your website and get your website higher up in the search results. And then blogging. So this is another important part of SEO. There's 2 main reasons really. The first reason is that you need to create content that goes through the customer's journey. So before someone becomes a client, they're very likely to ask questions on Google. So they might be looking for inspiration about how they can do up their kitchen. So they might be saying, what's the best kind of flooring for a kitchen or something like that. And if you're coming up in Google search for a lot of these questions that people are asking, then that's, first of all, it's one touch point at a very early stage of the buying cycle, and then second of all, building trust. So when they do come to the point that they're ready to make a decision and they're ready to purchase, if they have already been on your website before, then it's more likely that they're going to go ahead and make a purchase through your site, as they're going to see you as a trustworthy source at this point. And then the second part would be, if we're building backlinks, we're trying to get links from other people's sites and point these links back to your site, then they're only going to want to link to good quality content. So if we're creating blog articles on a regular basis, then this is going to help with gaining better backlinks. And then the next thing, or the first part of blogging, would be to build a topical map. So let's say that your website or your flooring company primarily focuses on carpets, then we're going to want to build a topical map on carpets. We're going to want to go through every single thing that we can think of and every single question or problem possible within carpets, and we're going to want to write all that down, and then we're going to want to start writing articles and good content about the most important topics. And bit by bit, we're going to start building topical authority on your website. You're going to become the absolute experts about carpets, or you're going to become the absolute experts about LVT flooring. And search engines and people that visit your website are going to see this. They're going to see that you are incredibly knowledgeable on carpets or on LVT flooring or something like that, or whatever area, or it could be wood flooring that you want to target, and it's going to be a no-brainer for people that are visiting your site to use you for this particular product or service. And for search engines, it's going to be a no-brainer for them to rank you for these particular keywords. And yeah, like I just mentioned, so I did jump ahead a little bit there. So topical authority, so focus on one product or service at a time. So it could be carpets or wood flooring, and build up the authority by creating good quality content on a regular basis. And then Google Ads. So we'd want to run Google Ads to the existing pages that we've built. So in SEO, we would have built landing pages for the different areas that you're targeting. So we'd want to run ads to those pages. We'd want to run ads using the same keywords that you're targeting in the SEO campaign, and start getting those leads as soon as possible. And you'd want to keep these ads running even when you do rank at the top of the search results, because if you think when you're searching, let's say for carpets in London, and there's an ad coming up at the very top, and then they see you in the map pack, and then they see you in the organic listings, you're going to be absolutely dominating that search engine results page. And it's going to be an easy decision for the searcher to use you, as you're absolutely dominating that search engine results page. And then the next phase would be reputation management. So reputation management would be primarily focusing on getting good quality reviews on a regular basis, and then managing those reviews. So we want to put a system in place to consistently gain reviews. So as a flooring company, if you're supplying and fitting carpets or something like that on other types of flooring on a weekly basis, then you're going to have a lot of people that you can send a review request out to, and then get good quality reviews on a regular basis. So we want to put a system in place that's going to automate this. It's going to automate the follow-up, so it's not taking up too much of your time chasing people for reviews all the time. And then what we want to do is also reply to every single review promptly, whether it's good or bad. And then we'd also want to add these reviews to your site, so they're constantly updating automatically. And this is really going to help with getting your website to the top of Google's map pack. And then something else we can do as well would be Google My Business posting. So a bit like social media, you're able to post on Google My Business. So we'd want to be putting useful information on your Google My Business page on a weekly basis to show you're an active company that knows what you're talking about. So you could put little snippets of information, you could put offers on there, you could put opening times and all of that sort of stuff. And then something else that's quite important for a flooring company, case studies. So as a flooring company, you probably often supply and fit a lot of jobs on a weekly basis and on a monthly basis, like we just covered for the reviews. And these should be regularly updated onto your site to show prospective clients what you're capable of and what can be done for them. So for example, if I wanted carpet fitted in my front room, and then I can see that you've done a number of jobs like this, then it might give me a bit of inspiration as to how I can have mine, and then also it's going to build more trust that you can do the job to a high degree. And then tracking and adjustments. So this is, if you don't track something, you can't tell whether it's working. So use data direct from Google to track and make decisions based on what needs to be changed along the way to get better results. So you can't get more accurate data than Google. That is the best place to get your data from. So we're talking about impressions, we're talking about clicks, and we're talking about what kind of keywords you've been picked up for. And you can see all of this in Google Search Console. And then also we'll be looking at Google Analytics to see how people are actually interacting on your site. And then we'd want to track conversions, so we'd set up goals and things like that to make sure that people are taking the right action on your site. And then we'd want to make changes to your website based on this. So we could be looking at making changes on your website for conversion purposes, or we could be making changes on your website for SEO purposes and things like that. And then from this information, we can then start creating funnels and landing pages on your site to get more clients, take the right actions. So yeah, one last thing is everything takes time, but it's going to take a lot longer if you don't track things properly. So this is an incredibly important step. So yeah, that is it for the video, just showing you how you can take your flooring company to the next level and the online process that we use for flooring companies. So yeah, that's it for the video. One last thing that we'll say is that there's a lot of flooring companies out there and a lot of flooring company owners that just don't have the time to do this. So if this is you, it'd be good to book in a free lead flow acceleration session, and you can do that by visiting my website on edge2edgeseo.com, and you'll see there's a button there to book a time on the calendar. Also, I do have what we call the Ultimate Flooring Online Marketing Checklist. So before you book in a free lead flow acceleration session, perhaps you might want to go through this checklist first and see how your website stands up against it, and you can easily download that for free by going to edge2edgeseo.com/checklist. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you found it helpful, and look forward to speaking to you soon.